So we are really excited as the HSRC to be at this particular moment with these science grant-making councils in Africa. We've been on a particular journey with these councils, working with them over a number of years. And over that period of time, we've been looking at how do you try and include issues of gender, equality and inclusivity in your organization.
Why we're doing this work is mostly for mutual learning from each other, the councils learning from each other, and being in an open dialogue together to work on the gender equity.
So, the continuum tells us that one moves from being gender blind all the way to gender transformation. The more you can move from the point of not recognizing that it's important to integrate gender and inclusivity in your research work to the point where you can't think of doing your research without asking the question of how am I using sex and gender as units of analysis, or intersectionality for that matter.
We're really pleased that the NRF has given us some money to allow us to take concrete steps to think about how do you put forward a proposal, how can you try and include gender and equality and inclusivity in this proposal.
What we expected to achieve quite simply was that councils would review their proposals and that we would refine them together and get them ready for submission. So I think we've accomplished that. But what happened in that process was quite remarkable. I think most of us felt that we were stepping into each other's shoes.
There are gender gaps that need to be closed in the Zimbabwean research landscape.
Il y a une faible représentation des femmes dans l'enseignement supérieur, environ 19%.
Our intention is to bridge the knowledge gap in the stakeholders involved in the granting process.
Comme plan d'action, on a 4 actions. La première action, c'est conduire une étude pour identifier et analyser des barrières structurelles d'accès au financement de la recherche et de l'innovation.
Previously, we struggled on how to address our real challenge on GIE gap in our granting process. But after these sessions, we have been taught on how best we can just be focused so as we can have the realistic proposal that can be able to be achieved. So I've managed to stick on one angle based on the time frame of the project and based on the budget allocated. So from this session, I can say that I've learned on how to sharpen my proposal.
So we could have talked a lot, continue to talk a lot about how do you do it, but we're hoping that something happens in the room, that through this collaboration, through the conversations, through the sharing, the lessons learned, you might tweak, you might refine, you might embed yours and bed it down even further, but you might leave with a proposal that is stronger and even better.